Oh my gosh. Becky, look at her butt. And I can tell you who made that. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Song, Baby Got Back. Because when I heard that, I was like, yo, I've always thought from since then, you know, shout out to the Stallion bunnies that got people like Johnathan Majors, like, you know, bunny hopping out here and everything like that, whatever. But like, I just didn't think the bunnies had back.
They had back?
The bunnies now, they interact with the blacks and they got back.
They got back. Baby got back.
Yeah. So
my favorite Sir Mix-a-Lot song was Put 'Em on the Glass.
Oh, the titties on the glass track?
Put 'em on the glass. I was like,
that guy.
He was wild.
That guy. God bless the FCC wasn't awake when he was doing this thing. I think they tapped out. They used more energy on NWA, Luke. And like Twisted Sister and all them.
Yeah.
And then like, you know what? Fuck it. If he comes up next, I like big butts. I was like, hey yo.
The podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous. It's ridiculously funny.
I am marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons.
I was going to say the Burgundy Twins, but Podical Sons work.
Burgundy, oh shit, yeah.
I see over there.
Do want something quick and easy, man. Quick and easy. Get this day going. Get the Happy New Year's
Happy
Eve.
New Year's.
By the time you get this, will be the first podcast of the year for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe to all of the above, all streaming platforms possible. PodicalSons.com.
All of that.
Website, website, PodicalSons.com. All streaming platforms, Podical Sons Podcast. At YouTube, Podical Sons Podcast. You can see us. You can see the burgundy as Smooth's talking about. All the above. You can see my big ass forehead. Ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, and proceed, man.
How you feeling? Dang, I'm feeling good, my brother. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm here. 2023, done?
2023 is over.
2023 is Dunsky. A lot of shit happened in 2023.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of 2023?
I think my favorite part of 2023 was being able to go visit my sister on her 70th.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's dope. You know, I treat every day like a celebration, so I think I got a problem. So I don't think certain things and stuff is like studied out more. This year is my first time ever being in Memphis. I can tell you that.
Right.
In Memphis, Tennessee, and
that was the experience.
Arkansas and Mississippi and stuff to sip and all that type of stuff. So it was a different kind of experience and vibe and energy from the peoples and stuff out there. They treated me properly.
Nice.
I know Memphis got like a bad reputation and stuff, whatever, but I ain't see or hear none of that.
Right.
Maybe I was on the tourist rich side. I don't even know, but I mean, the vibe was proper.
I mean, you were kind of upset about the strip club thing.
The strip club thing, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like
everything else,
I feel like if it's majority good, then there's like one or two bads and stuff like that. But it's still all good because nothing is perfect.
Right?
Is there ever such thing as a perfect place? If it is, take me to it.
I would like to see it.
You know, I mean, what's a lot happened this year. Do you remember that event? A lot of events should happen this year. What do you remember from 2023?
2023, man. I mean, things that stood out to me most is gonna be the whole, and it's the recent shit. Really, the whole Puffy thing, because he was on a high at the beginning of the year because he received was it this year he received the key of the city?
I don't know.
I don't if it wasn't this year, then it was like during like the last part of last year. He just received the key of the city, and it looked like he was on such a high.
Okay.
Coming throughout this entire year until this whole Cassie thing came out, and it's just almost dominated like the last few months heading into the end of the year.
Well, I always said Diddy was the devil, right? So to me, I think that the rise and fall, I'm gonna stand firm to like die, be a hero, live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Right.
And I feel like the reason why that equation always tends to hold true is because people in those positions don't know how to pass the power. I think when they learn how to pass the power,
Right.
I think it's a different step and stage. Like what I mean by that is like where I never watched the show, but I know the premise of it is called Succession,
Okay.
with like the rich ass family running things and stuff, and the father's refusing to step down.
Right.
And now the children are just doing whatever it takes to get the father out of power, and it's like a cause of a family divide. It's that. Know when to hold them and know when to fold, know when to walk away.
Right. Right.
Some of these people with power, they don't know when to walk away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Putin. You know, I mean, like there's people out there that just don't know when to walk away. So it's kind of like, okay, we put you in power. Yay! You're not gonna walk away. All right, now we're gonna hate you the fact that you got this power. Now we're not gonna champion you no more.
No more.
We're gonna look and we're gonna pray for your downfall.
Right.
So now when a downfall comes and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I look at it as like it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to pass the power.
Yeah.
So that be that. I mean, Puffy's key thing to me that he didn't pass the power was fucking Lori Harvey. And when he fucked Lori Harvey from his son, like, all right,
yeah.
You've created this world now for your children to at least live well and fruitful, and I guess dance within a world that, you know, your nepotism can take them and stuff, whatever.
Right.
You're now encroaching on your son's.
But that's, yeah,
and I'm not even saying Lori Harvey is his property or was his property, but I'm looking like, I'm almost 40.
Yeah.
I've had young girls trying to pick me up.
Right.
I have younger relatives. And I'm like, they're more their speed.
Yeah.
So what I'm not going to do is entertain a 21, 22-year-old girl. Right. Sorry, young ladies. You're not my speed.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at this, I was like, there's younger guys out here that's willing to fuck you, willing to date you, willing to do this whole, can I take you to a cheesecake thing? Oh, that's in 2023.
I.e. Puffy's son.
And he didn't do it. And so like, from there stuff, I looked at something like, this guy doesn't know how to pass the power. And there will be problems and stuff when it comes to his time to be dethroned. A lot of people. Point blank, period. I feel like when you look and stuff and say like, yo, this is my protege. Yo, this is who I'm handing it off to. Yo, this is who I'm stepping down to and everything like that.
Yeah.
You have a smoother transition. People fuck with you more.
I wonder why it's easy for some and difficult for others. Because you will have those that will be like, yo, no, I reach a certain age. I don't want to be involved in anything. I want to just go relax in the sunset. So let me find somebody now.
Yeah, but they don't have
like
problems.
Booming.
They don't have problems. People like that don't have problems. The people who do not know how to pass the power have the problems. It's not even more problems. I feel like it's more power, more problems.
Yeah.
Because
I can see that.
Yeah, because I look at it stuff as where if you're in a situation and stuff, you have your book. You're reading your book.
Right.
And you're minding your business stuff with your book. Now, then let's say if you're working for somebody.
Right.
And then they say, you know what? We see you have too much free time and stuff on your hands. Here, we'll throw you a little more change, give you a raise and stuff, but we need you to do tech support on this thing on over side, here, whatever, on the side for us, whatever. You're like, all right, cool. Then they want to throw another thing on your plate, probably give you like maybe a 2-cent raise.
Right.
And everything like that. So you feel like you're power balling because you're getting raise after raise and everything like that, whatever. But now you're looking like, yo.
That free reading book time is no longer there.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
It's got to give. It's got to give.
So I'm looking at something like, by all means, like, you know, I told you about a healthcare CEO and stuff like that earlier within the week.
Right.
About, you know, like, something's got to give.
Yeah.
If you don't want to pass the power, when your day of reckoning comes and stuff for that, and I don't want to call it day of reckoning because it just puts like I'm putting a negative tone on there. I want to say like, your day will come when you realize you should have passed the power.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I look at it and stuff and I never really paid no attention because like that whole Dark Knight hero thing is from Batman. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm looking at like friggin', what is it? Batman Beyond. I don't know if you heard of Batman Beyond. It's like when Bruce was old as shit and he had, I think Terry McGinnis.
Right.
Run things and stuff, whatever, the futuristic Batman type of stuff, whatever.
Right.
The man said, yo, I'm too old to be fighting this shit, whatever. I'm like, really? Alfred dead. No one wants to fuck with him. All the above. He's not this hated billionaire, like living in the castle haunted hill. That ain't it.
Yeah, yeah.
That ain't it.
Nah, that ain't it.
I 2023. Thank you for Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift and Beyonce brought back the U.S. economy, boosted the U.S. economy with the fucking concert.
That's some shit, man.
Yo, that is the most dopest thing I've ever heard.
That is
because
some
if
shit.
you didn't make it to the concert, there was movie theaters that were showing concert shit and Taylor Swift documentaries. And yo, it's amazing. That was amazing.
Could you imagine that? Like some of the biggest box office hits were concert movies.
No. Barbie was big.
No, but I'm saying some of the biggest box office were concert movies.
No.
Besides Barbie, what else popped off this year?
Barbie, Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I'm shooting blanks and stuff, whatever now. But I'm gonna say there's a few movies, and shout out to Color Purple. The Color Purple had the biggest Christmas opening.
Yeah.
In like years. I think since 2008 or something. I can't remember, or around that time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, like these movies and stuff, they're still doing it. It's just that you and I probably don't want to go to movie theaters and stuff like that.
Right.
But I feel like, no, there's still big bangers and stuff for the Taylor Swift thing. I just found that it was just amazing is the fact that, like, if you're truly a fan and you went to the show and you still picked up to go to the movie theater, I was like, yo, this is your leader. This is your leader.
They're going to rent it when it comes on Netflix. They're going to,
Yeah, this is your leader.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, we had the fire haze from all the way from Hawaii. Shout out, thoughts and prayers of Hawaii and those people recovering from their fire situations.
Right.
And we had haze all the way to here to friggin' New York, Canada, like the East Coast board had orange skies. We didn't have orange skies. But we had the haze. I bet you learned a lot about air quality this year.
Come on, man.
More than ever.
Come on,
you knew
man.
probably zero shit about air quality before. Everybody. Because when I was looking at something
questioning shit, we go, what smell like? Why does the air smell like it's burnt?
Boss, I never forget. I was driving home and stuff from work, and I think I hit a light. And when I hit a light, I had the windows down because it's summer, and I love having the windows open and stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is next to me. They're like, yeah. Fuck this air quality control. I think they said that they're like, screw this air quality control thing, whatever, right?
Right.
Our air is our air. I forgot. So when we kind of skirt from each other, I rolled up my window. Now I'm in this bitch like, I forget. I'm about to die if I don't drive with the windows and you know what I'm saying? With filter air coming through. It was a lot, man. California got their first hurricane. How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
I was like, yo, 2023 is rocking. I was sitting there. I hope a lot of you people out there, not even to be on some negative Nathan's shit, whatever, or negative Nancy's, but I hope you guys aren't out here talking about 2024 as your year.
No.
2023 had a lot of shit going on, and I don't think a lot of people popped off like they're supposed to claim they popped off.
It was action-packed. Speaking of action-packed, the Montgomery Brawl.
Montgomery what?
The Montgomery Brawl.
The brawl. Yeah. The brawl, man. The boats.
Mm-hmm.
Boats and fists and knockouts. Yo,
chairs.
Chairs. Oh, yeah. You never look at a folding chair the same. No. I bet you don't.
Folding chairs. Or the hat toss. You never...
The hat toss, it was iconic to a few, but the folding chair. Because they look like, I think I saw a few.
Come on, man. I seen folding chair earrings. I seen folding chair t-shirts.
Right.
I seen,
And that's what I'm saying. The folding chair is more monumental than the hat toss. Because I seen somebody and stuff where they were saying like they were having training camps for folding chair battles and shit like that in the park. What else was wild this year? There was a lot of wild shit. Oh, I thought about King Charles. I listened to some drill music earlier.
Right.
I thought about King Charles because I think they were talking about like, Screw to Boris and royalty and stuff. It was an old trap song. Shout out to Stormzy. Was when King Charles got crowned at his coronation, the man looked down. He didn't even look up. And this is the thing. I lost it because I think I was drinking something.
Yeah.
And the man looked at the camera, and then he looked down to read his coronation speech, and the man said, "We will do whatever it takes to help combat these rising inflations," with a brand new iced out crown. This man's crown was Arch Deluxe, shining. The Queen shit before used to look icy.
Yeah.
But this shit right here, it had like, it had, what is this? This is the shit that freaking thing tried to put in his forehead the other day.
The other day.
Lil Uzi Vert. It was like it was a dial. My watch dial was probably the shit was probably the same size.
That shit is.
And the man
ridiculous.
said, we're gonna help combat rising inflation prices. Sell the crown.
Sell the crowd.
Start
with selling the crown.
Sell the crown. Yo, I was like,
meanwhile, countries are retooling their mints to put your face on the coin.
Right?
Yeah.
It was something else. Oh, and Brazil. Shout out to Brazil. Well, thoughts and prayers for the Brazil. I don't want to champion bad behavior, but Brazil raided their government buildings and shit like that. Took a page out of Trump Capitol Hill page. I see what y'all did there, Brazil.
We see it.
I see. Is there a Trump on the sidelines I need to learn and read about? Whatever. You know, us podcasters now, we're the new journalists. So when I'm looking forward to see what y'all got over there. I'm seeing it. What else? What else is in this bitch? Have my eyes closed. Oh. I learned that subs can implode.
Subs imploding, yes.
Shout out to Titan.
Shout out to Titan.
Shout out to Titan. I've been waiting to say that, whatever, but somebody's like, oh, it's too soon. It was too soon. $250 fucking $1,000 for a damn ticket.
To nowhere.
And it was, I think, Andrew Tate was the one that said it the best. He's like, I have to pay $250,000 to go down in this thing where I can't get that close to touch shit on the Titanic, on the Titanic sub. Remember, they're exploring the Titanic.
Exploring the Titanic.
Right? I can't get out and touch anything. I'm just gonna see it.
Yeah.
When you can just put a camera on like a underwater sub, the same way I can just see it.
Right. Yeah.
What makes me more so?
Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't like the accommodations in the sub was like mad comfortable. You lounged in it or anything. Nah.
Foolishness. The lives that were lost and everything like that. I don't know. Maybe call me an asshole. Accountability.
I mean, certain things I'm not willing to tempt fate with. Like I'm not the parachute guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I understand some people do things for like the thrill and the excitement, but I'll find other ways to get that.
Go to casino. There you go. Or get head from doing like 150 miles per hour on the road or something like that. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? On a straightaway on a dry day.
The more I can control the variables, I'm happy with that.
I don't understand. You know, people are different out here. What else is out here? Yo, you know what when you were explaining to me about your ticket thing just a while ago?
Right.
I thought about one major thing and stuff, whatever. When you were saying it, because you said the officer that wrote the ticket was black.
Yes.
And you know what clicked to me? Tyree Nichols. Because the Tyree Nichols, he was killed by 5 officers. It was this year, right?
It's this year.
It was holy.
It's this year.
I was about to say last year stuff in my head. I'm like, no, it was this year.
Mm-hmm.
With Tyree Nichols' death, a black man killed by 5 black police officers. I feel that same thing what you were talking about your ticket. It ain't about the race. It ain't about what you look like. It's about your tribe. When I asked you the other day, you know, is segregation really a bad thing and stuff, whatever? Right. I'm not saying separate or segregate from race-wise. I'm talking about from your tribe.
Yeah.
From the peoples and stuff that you're like-minded people. Like, if I think we've been shunning kind of like hive-like mentality for a bit. But if you look at the stuff, whatever, tell me what's the difference between a hive-like mentality and homeowners association type shit. Like in a gated community or something like that. No, they want everybody to live together, coexist, go by these rules, these regulations. I was about to say, we got a set of rules that you got to follow. Yeah. So I'm looking at them like, fuck with your tribe. That's why I'm like, is segregation like really that bad? I don't think it is anymore.
No.
I don't think it is. I think in a racial sense, yes. Yeah. But I'm looking like, I don't want to fuck with black people who look at stuff as like, yo, we'll still fuck you up the same way because we're the law and we're not. So I don't want to fuck with the law of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the segregation shit, whatever. Like with the race is not it. Because same dickhead that wrote you a ticket, like I was telling you and stuff, whatever, could have looked at you and said, like, hey, it's a black guy just like me.
And say, hey, maybe you're not aware of. Let me break it down for you.
Racing.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. It ain't the race dance and stuff, whatever. But I digress. And
I mean,
let's move on. Hopefully 2024 has more in store for us.
Hopefully.
Fun times, and cheers to everybody getting their drink on and everything tonight. And people who's, hopefully you recover from your hangover by the time you heard this, and, pop bottles or pop can. Oh, Dylan Mulvaney! Shout out to Dylan Mulvaney! Pop a Bud Light if you hear this, man.
Pop a Bud Light.
In more ways than some, because Kid Rock did pop a Bud Light.
He popped a few Bud Lights.
Yeah, man. Let's get to these polls, man.
I was about to say, yeah, this is these last polls of the 2020.
Let's get to these polls, man. So, first poll and stuff, the Christmas Day poll was, who should watch women's sports more? And it was a 50-50 split between men and women.
It was a 50-50 split?
50-50 split. A lot of people saw it. A lot of people did not participate and stuff, whatever. They were shook it.
Come on, man.
They were shook it.
This takes one vote. Just one vote.
They were shook it.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? Talk to me. Where do you stand on the 50-50 side?
I stand on the women should watch it more.
I stand firmly on that side as well.
I stand on the women should watch it more.
Tell me why.
Well, for obvious reasons, you're supporting each other.
Do women really support each other?
Well, they say they do.
But saying is another thing. Do they do the do?
Well, I will.
Do, from your eyes, from your point of view, do you feel like women support each other?
I think it depends on what it is. If it's like something to do with like makeup, like traditional women thing, I think they stand firm on that.
What do you mean?
Like if it's like, for instance, particular makeup brand, right? If it's not rocking with, like, if they don't adhere to certain rules, they might stand together and say, okay, we're not supporting this specific brand. We like makeup, but guess what? You're doing wrong, so we're not going to support your brand, right? But when it comes to like stuff like sports, where it's traditionally considered a man era, even though we've had women teams from God knows when, right?
Mm-hmm.
They won't seem to support that. I've seen more women at like regular NBA games or regular football games.
Yeah, they're trying to get chose.
They try
to scoop them a ball player.
They're trying to get a ball player.
They're trying to scoop them a ball player.
But even from a family perspective, like you'll see a family, like an entire family will go and support like a male-dominated sport game, whereas that same family might not go and see like a women's.
But who's the cause of that then? Because I look at stuff as where the male sport, and I'm not saying always, but I just feel like majority of the time it might be like the I guess the father in the household or the male saying, I want to take my family to a hockey game. I want to take my family to like a basketball game or something like that. Whatever, right? Because I see like in the WNBA thing and stuff, whatever, if that same energy could be applied, I don't really hear the women saying stuff like that. But my thing is if I don't want to watch women's sports, why is it my issue saying like it like we should support women's sports when women's sports might not be that entertaining and stuff, whatever, to me? Because a lot of people come off and say like the soccer thing. I don't watch soccer.
Right.
And the women's FIFA, I heard rock better than the men's FIFA.
Right.
I don't watch soccer and stuff at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Right? So I look at the stuff as like, that's not getting me. The WNBA now, I look like the stuff is where no matter what, it still feels like it's still kind of lackluster compared to the NBA to me.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the hoopers are getting more cuter.
I think with the NBA and the WNBA, if I was a person that was just into like the whole technical aspect of it.
But everybody keeps selling that dream, but then there's still, that's what I'm saying, there's still more technical NBA teams and stuff, whatever, than there are stuff like WNBA teams. Like I look at the stuff as Popovich is still coaching.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
People are still running San Antonio, and there's still other teams and stuff, other coaches. Like, let's say newer coaches or younger coaches coming up,
Right.
they want to mirror who's still doing it and who's still doing these great
course,
records and
yeah.
stuff like that, whatever, right? Contrary to what most people think, they believe and stuff, whatever. Golden State has a regimen.
Mhm.
They have a system.
Yeah.
So there's technically what? A system of fundamentals.
Right.
They have their the parameter shooters. You don't see nobody be out here doing the most, trying to make it hero ball or nothing like that. Their system is still there.
Right.
They still have more than the WNBA. But that's what I'm saying. The thing and stuff is like when everybody keeps saying like, oh, if I like the fundamentals, but the fundamentals are still more in the NBA.
Mm.
So what is like? I always feel like they're kicking up excuses and stuff. Me personally, I'll watch a WNBA game. Sabrina Iancu, is that her name? I'm pronouncing her name wrong, but like she was balling. Like even like when I was watching the WNBA All-Star game, whatever, and she won a 3-point contest. Her shit was better than most of the men.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that's dope. But I'm looking like, if I'm turning on a game, most of the random games is not catching my attention like this.
Right.
So I'm looking like, why should I support when this is your tribe? I feel like this is your tribe. Women should support it. Women have no problem watching Kardashians. Have no problem watching Real Housewives or whatever the fuck.
Not at all.
Why not?
I had no problem watching soaps.
Soaps. Do you think soaps is a dying breed? Do you feel like even a younger generation, even like, let's say, do you know what's going on in like Days of Our Lives or Young and the Restless or some shit like that?
No, I think it's a dying breed.
I think so too.
I think it's a dying breed.
I told you, TV is becoming antiquated. You guys stay there. I warned you guys from 2 years ago.
When I look at like when I see it or when I go into any place and it's on, it's usually somebody in their 40s and up watching it.
40s and up. Mm-hmm.
Like I've never been in a spot and seen somebody like in their 30s watching soaps.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I looked at stuff as where the OGs and stuff back in the day used to call the soaps their stories.
The story.
Whatever,
stories.
right? And I always laugh and stuff like, watching the stories. But I looked at it where for myself,
yeah.
If any case, most of the new TV shows and shit like that would be the stories. Like I'm watching rap shit now.
Right.
Salute to Issa Rae. I'm watching rap shit, and this is not my new stories.
See new stories.
I was watching Insecure. That was my stories. I was watching Game of Thrones. That was my stories. So I'm looking at that stuff as where, for whatever drama, I guess that the soap operas and stuff would bring.
Right.
I feel like those stories and stuff never had an ending to it.
Mm.
And the forever is not what I was really looking for and stuff like that. I'm looking for something that can just play a part and have to end. Like I love The Wire. I just felt like The Wire got cut a season too short.
Okay.
Insecure.
Right.
I feel like the last season Insecure was rushed.
Right.
But I'm still glad it ended.
Right.
I couldn't imagine Insecure stuff moving like some Young and the Restless kind of speed and shit like that. Whatever. Say Issa Rae, like, or what's her character? Issa D?
Yeah.
Like in her 80s or some shit on there, whatever. Like, how dare you sleep with this person, Lawrence? Dun, 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 dun. Like, fuck out of here.
Nah, that's the new soap opera. I even look at like the Real House series, the Real Housewives series. It's like the new soap opera, because like that now, the audience now is more of the 40 and then coming down. I don't really see like a lot of people within the 40s and 50s that are really into that. But the demographic coming down, they're more into that stuff.
Salute to J. Cole. I was laughing at what was I watching? I was watching a clip of like some Love and Hip Hop Word of Hell.
Right.
Like a commercial came on. I think I was watching something on VH1. And when the commercial came on and stuff, I started laughing. And then I was seeing some of the people in there. And J. Cole had that line on that Fall Off track, the legendary Fall Off track on KOD.
Yeah.
He's like, and even if your shit don't get a bop, eventually you'll end up on Love and Hip Hop. And I was like, so when I saw the commercial, and I was looking like, I think, Love and Hip Hop would be like the last revitalization of like most people and everything like that, whatever, right? Because I look at this stuff as Joe Budden's been doing podcast stuff from time.
Yeah.
right? Joe Buttons was a rapper.
Right.
And I want to say, like, for the most part, he was a decent, good rapper.
Mhm.
Turned battle rapper and stuff as well, too. Like, you know, he had his running with Hollow the Don and all that type of stuff. But I think
Right.
they more highlighted everything with him and his love and hip hop career with
Right.
the Tahiri. And then he had a new woman and stuff on there and stuff like that. And that was their more focus. So now they're like, oh shit, it's the guy for love and hip hop. What, you got a podcast? They got over there? They
Right
follow.
over. Right.
So I look at it as where for I guess the 40s down, the reality shows and stuff is where it's at and stuff for them.
Yeah.
For should I say for us? I'm in that group, but I don't like reality shows.
I'm not really into the reality stuff.
Nah, dog, you up. You 40 and up, dog. You in that soap opera. The stories.
But I've never really been a soap opera person either.
Oh yeah? Yeah.
Nah, I was committed by force. You know, they're
not gonna pick you up in a tribe group. Stuff,
I was committed by force. You know, I come home, I want to watch cartoons. No. We're watching soaps.
Let's get to the other poll. The other poll of the week was, which type of partner is a better overall partner? And the choices were practical partner and a fun partner. And 58% said fun partner. Talk about it. How you feel? Fun?
I would like a fun partner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Prefer practical.
You prefer practical?
I prefer practical and stuff, whatever, because I feel like if any case, we can make our own fun, or I gotta deem what she might consider fun.
Right.
In her world, because I don't feel like they're all practical and all fun. I feel like they still have more, like, I want to say, an affinity to one more than another. The fun ones I've seen turn out to be more selfish to me. Because it's more about, I need to have fun.
Right.
And the practical ones and stuff, whatever, are willing to like kind of consider people's feelings and stuff like that. And this is just from my experience.
Right.
That I've seen and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, she seemed like a fun time. She's like, we'll have fun. We'll always do some things and stuff like that. But then, brother get tired. Like,
a brother do get
tired. Do you really want, like, no, but even like, let's say, I don't know, let's say you as a guy, you're single, you have like, let's say in today's time, it's $500.
Right.
Just say you're going to spend on leisure.
Okay.
$500 to spend on leisure and stuff within, I guess, a duration of a month now, right?
Right.
I feel like a practical partner and stuff might impose some things and stuff as where, well, we should buy groceries, we should cook, we should do some things, stuff like that, whatever, right? Those things like leisure-wise, that's not, remember, groceries and stuff is not including the leisure.
Yeah.
So look at it stuff like, you might tap into the leisure, your leisure account so many times,
right,
compared to the fun. Now, when it comes to the fun now, whatever, you're constantly doing some things and stuff, whatever. If it's not like going out to eat or going for experiences and everything like that, you're tapping into your leisure account and stuff quite more frequent.
Right.
The dopest thing and stuff, whatever, shout out to my girl Semi, the dopest thing she, like, I heard somebody say stuff like even this year, but she kind of honed it in perfectly. She was saying that you're supposed to, there's two types of savings. Do you know what they are?
No, go ahead.
Two types of savings. One is saving without a goal.
Okay.
And there's saving with a purpose.
Okay.
So if you're saving and stuff like, I want to go on a trip, you're saving for the trip.
For the purpose.
But if you're just saving just to save, then yeah, I feel like a lot of times the fun person,
right,
that saving to save and stuff is not really going too many times. I'm not downplaying anybody. Not saying it does not happen.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's more in the minority than the majority.
Right.
Yeah. And that's just from what I've seen.
Yeah,
now, tell me about your fun aspect.
My fun aspect is because I'm more of a practical person. So just like I was saying with that whole $500 thing, I would be constantly thinking, I would be constantly on that, buy groceries all the time, right? Where I will need somebody to say to me, no, you know what? Let's not buy groceries this week. Let's go out and eat. Or let's go out and do this. Like, let's go out and that. Because I'm like, my lifestyle, if it's just me, I would be that practical person. So I wouldn't mind somebody to come in and be able to draw me away from that every now and then.
Do you feel like your wife is a practical person more than a fun person? Because you were saying like you would want somebody?
My wife, honestly, she's practical. I would say practical, but she will have that fun side to her more than I do.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's not like it's not there. It's just they have an affinity to one side more than another.
Right.
Right. And I just feel like a lot of times the practical person, I'm okay with the waves of the fun that comes in, because I look at it as where contentment is more where I want to be.
Right.
So if I'm content with my world and my surroundings and everything and stuff around it, I think I'm at a better state than kind of chasing like a constant fun.
Mm.
I feel like kind of constant chasing of fun. Let's say you and I, we go somewhere and stuff, whatever. We had the time of our lives and stuff like that. Be like, oh shit, this is banging. Let's do this shit again in a few months and stuff for that. And we do it in a few months and stuff, but it's not as banging as the first.
Right.
Then it'd be like, nah, we 1 for 2 now and stuff, whatever. Trust me, I feel like the next time we go, pop off.
Right.
We're constantly blowing change and money and stuff, whatever, to
get
catch that first high.
Yeah.
That nothing's really like the first high.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as where I think the fun and the practical thing kind of differentiates to me in the simplest form is practical needs and fun wants.
Yeah.
That's it for me. But yeah, 58% said fun partner. So let the good times roll, baby.
Roll.
All righty. We're gonna end this thing with let's talk about John. Not you, John. Not that John.
His ears perked up. Just
that's not you. First, let's talk about Johnathan Majors.
Okay.
Does Johnathan Majors have a career in the future?
Nah.
Oh, tell me why.
I think just this whole thing, because I mean, before his fate was even decided.
Fate was decided. Why does it feel like God of War?
Because it seemed like before his fate was even decided, we seen people starting and companies starting to distance themselves from him.
Really?
Yeah, with the whole
So when did Disney opt out?
Disney,
I feel like Disney just opted out this week.
No, they officially opted out this week.
Okay.
But from the time the whole incident popped off, they were already talking about, well, they're not quite sure if they're gonna roll with him. And they started bringing up the fact that, okay, maybe they might change the storyline of the whole what was the last one that he was in?
The Ant-Man?
So the Ant-Man, I think there was something else that was with all of them that was supposed to be coming up. At the end of Ant-Man, you know how they do the little
teasers.
The teasers. There was something else. So I don't know if it was like the next Avengers movie where he was supposed to play him a major role in.
Okay.
But they had a whole ethos that they were going to do around his character. So now when this whole thing popped off, they were like, okay, maybe we need to move in a new direction because we don't know how this thing is going to end.
Okay.
And then while the trial is going on, you started hearing about, oh, well, maybe we can get Will Smith to play the role. I'm like, oh, like, this guy ain't even been found guilty or not of anything. Like, how are you going to switch from the brother already?
So where'd you hear those talks? Was it official Disney?
That was
just like
E.T.
bloggers? Oh, E.T.
E.T. was mentioning it.
Okay.
I seen it on the E.T. site. And then the there was a commercial. I don't know, was it the Army? Either the Army or something like that. Like, I don't know if it was the Army or Navy, but he was doing like, he was like a spokesperson for that. And they pulled him from it. So it's like, can we let this guy at least have the due day in court? And it's like, no, they already on the move. So now that everything was solidified, and Disney's like, sorry, we're pulling this from you. I'm like, okay, well, who's really gonna start looking dude's way? Because those type of, and I'm sorry to say it, but once you start doing films like that, you kind of almost get pigeonholed into it.
What do you mean?
Like, those like actor character roles, like those become like your bread and butter. Is you become part of those franchise, right?
Okay.
And then when you're in that franchise, if it's an action movie, then you get like pigeonholed into like those action roles, unless you're like showed like you've been diverse from beginning before even getting into that.
Okay.
It's almost like, okay, no, now you become known for that. So anybody who's doing movies in that particular realm, they kind of just suck you in, right? So I'm like, if there's now, let's say a Hallmark movie,
Okay.
right? Johnathan Majors is not going to be the guy they're going to run for to come play a Hallmark movie, right?
He might, because what I'm gonna say, like, well, before the incident stuff, maybe he might, because
Yeah, before the incident, maybe he might.
yeah, that's it. Because before the incident stuff, whatever, that's I don't think he would have been typecast and stuff in just all action. Because I look at the stuff as where the whole love story shit, he has that kind of vibe and stuff, whatever, as well too.
Right.
I guess the tall, dark, and handsome type and everything and stuff, where he would fit a role like that. Has he done a lot of those? No, but then again, the action kind of called him because I guess it's built.
Right.
So because of his built and his stature and stuff, it'd be no problem to throw him in the Creed. It'd be no problem to throw him in Ant-Man and stuff like that, right? Because they look at his stuff as where I call it the Jason Momoa effect.
Yes.
And people can cuss me all they want,
Yes.
whatever, but I look at his stuff as where Jason Momoa don't really got to say too much.
Nah.
If he's in a show where like you can see his body and his pecs,
Right.
you're getting women ticket sales.
Right.
Or women gonna watch. So,
Right.
And I feel like that, and Chris Hemsworth, Thor,
Yeah.
is like that as well. So I feel like this is the reason why they would throw these people in these type of things, but they can also take them away and put them in another straight love story kind of dance stuff as well. Right? Because even Chris Hemsworth has a few flicks where he's just, I guess the guy is not action,
The guy.
but he's there, and I'm like, I bet you this motherfucker have no shirt on in this scene coming up.
He probably got no shirt on.
You see him come out of the water with no shirt on. I'm like, yep. And so it's just like Aquaman. We were
Right.
watching the Aquaman and stuff, whatever. No, the Justice League. When he snatched the guy out, threw him in the bar,
Yeah.
he came in
With
from
the
the
shirt
rain
on.
with
With
his
the shirt
shirt
on.
off. He goes back out in the rain and decides to take his shirt off. Why? And so I feel like the Johnathan Majors thing is still within that kind of realm of like the Jason Momoa type of world.
Right.
With the incident, I don't feel he has a chance to kind of come back due to the fact of Nate Parker from Birth of a Nation.
Okay.
When Nate Parker, Birth of a Nation situation, like I think it was where he was convicted. No, sorry, he wasn't convicted. He was trialed for a rape charge in 1999. He was acquitted in 2001. When the Birth of a Nation came out and stuff, because he was more the major face for everything, and he played Nat Turner in the flick as well.
Right.
His face was kind of being polarized. The person or the victim's family members saw his face and they're like, oh, how is he playing a role where he's saving a rape situation when he was a rapist?
Right.
Right? But I'm looking like, what? And then that's when the smoke from around the whole Birth of a Nation came up. Because I was like, that overplayed the movie before the movie.
Right.
Right? And when I found out at the time, yeah, the victim, she committed suicide because of PTSD.
Right.
So I felt like with her dying, that caused more of a sonic boom effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when I looked at it, I was like, two black guys, one white woman, bad. Then I'm looking at Johnathan Majors' situation, black guy, white woman, bad. Shout out to Dr. Umar. Taught me a lot about not, bunny hopping out in these streets and stuff, whatever. Yeah. But I mean, Nate Parker, he had a promising career. Like he was in a Young Debaters flick, the swim one with Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
It was promising. Once that came out, nothing.
He
ain't even seen no jail time. He wasn't even convicted. Nothing.
Yeah.
2016 is when Birth of a Nation came out. Tell me a flick he's been in since. Tell me a TV show he's been in since.
I couldn't tell you.
So that's why I feel like Johnathan Majors and stuff, whatever, is Dunsky now.
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be somebody sympathetic, and it probably won't even be in Hollywood
But
first.
but if anybody's supposed to be sympathetic and stuff, whatever, for him.
Yeah. You gonna say?
You ready for this?
Yeah, I know. I have a feeling.
Who? Go ahead, shoot it out.
TP, if I got initials.
Yeah, no, you know it, baby. You know it, man. Tyler Perry's the savior. Tyler Perry is the savior. Because I look at it where he has a channel
Right.
where he can just rotate and put him on into somewhere
Yeah.
like that. Yes, you might have the fans and stuff saying some stuff like, he on Black Entertainment when it was a white woman is the one that gave him the charges and stuff. Chance. Take a chance. Give him a chance. And it's up to him to kind of claw his way back from there to see. But I think Nate Parker, he never had a shot. He never had a decent shot to survive. So sucks for them. But Johnathan Majors, I wish he had a career.
I wish he had a career, man. I mean, like I said, I loved him in Ant-Man. I loved the character. I loved how he played the character. And I was like I said, that when I seen the teaser at the end, when like
you getting turned up for
bro, because he was like, what are you talking about? Like, there's multitudes of me, and then you look in the stadium, and everybody in the stadium was that one Kang. It was a Kang.
Yeah,
that one character was like, oh, this is about to be some shit
popping. Okay, I just want to know that about Johnathan Majors. My next Johnathan.
The Johns.
The Johns. Oh, Johns, man. Oh, John. Johnathan Owens. What's wrong with Johnathan Owens saying he is Simone Biles' prize?
I see nothing wrong with that. I think I'm my wife's prize. Please don't come after me.
No, your wife is gangster because your wife did say you are the prize.
Right.
She's like
she confirmed it.
Shit, my husband is the prize. So I was like,
she confirmed it.
What is it? Why they are getting angry? What do you think?
No, I think
is it because a man said it, or is it because it's an ego thing?
Because a man said it.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's because.
Well, I'm going to support my own and watch the man sport because he plays football. No. But I'm trying to understand where. Well,
because it's funny because I think if Simone had said it, I think all the women would have been like, "Oh,
no,
that's so sweet."
No one would bat an eye.
Yeah,
your woman can say it right now in public. No one bat an eye. If you said it in the public and stuff, whatever, the hate they give.
Look at him. He thinking all that.
What is that Thug Life? Yeah, the hate you give. Yeah, the hate you give. They gonna give you something, huh? I feel like a man should feel like he is the prize in his woman's world. And I say that especially if the woman is very attractive.
Yeah.
I feel like if the woman is very attractive and she can, I want to say, make her own money.
Okay.
And I say it just like that is because where a woman who makes her own money or she's not scared by men with money. Or she's not frazzled and anything like that because she can do it her damn self and stuff, whatever, right? So I feel like it takes a worthy enough man to kind of catch her attention.
Right.
Now, you're at this position and stuff where Simone Biles and stuff, she's a decent looking woman.
Yeah.
She's a decent looking woman. She probably went here, there, to and fro, all the above, from like press run to celebrity run to running with like how many stars and celebrities and stuff, right?
Right.
Because I feel like what's the other one when they made that This Girl's on Fire track? Gabby, I forget her name. Gabby. I am so sorry. You are an Olympian. I should not forget your last name, but Gabby. You know what I'm talking about? From that when they did This Girl is on Fire. That Gabby girl, I feel like been around so many circles from the Nicki Minaj just to all over.
Right.
Why wouldn't Simone Biles be in these positions and stuff as well?
Yeah.
And I feel like there should be like, there's tons of probably good looking men that probably might catch her eye, but she's like, nope. Johnathan is my prize.
It's my prize. As we're talking about, I was just thinking about it. It's like, yo, You can't call yourself a prize, but a woman will turn on and say, "Yo, he's a catch."
Talk about it. Talk about it. What do you mean?
You know, when women will sit down and say, "Oh, you yeah, dear man, like he's a catch. You caught a good one."
Women still say that? I couldn't say the last time I heard a woman say that. That's why.
Okay.
When the last time you heard a woman say that? I couldn't tell you because my thing and stuff is that maybe the women I've been around,
Right.
I don't hear them like they downplay and look down on men.
Really?
Yeah, in an inferior superior kind of way and stuff like that. Because most modern women,
Yeah.
and I'll stand by that.
Yeah.
Approaching 20, we're in 2024 when you get this podcast.
Yeah.
Submission is a problem. Submission,
But my wife always tell women that you're a catch.
but that's rare, dog.
Yeah, it is rare.
$2 bill rare.
It is rare, but it happens more than we can say for ourselves.
True, and that's what I'm saying. I don't hear or see most of these things and stuff where they kind of go on so much in the forefront.
Right.
Right? Because it's kind of like, I heard a woman like, why are you single? I was like, oh, I was wronged by women and stuff like that. Whatever. I remember when I told women and stuff like that, yeah, my marriage didn't work out.
They automatically assume that you were the villain.
I was the villain.
Of course.
I was a Johnathan Majors. I was a Johnathan Owens.
You was a John.
I was a John. They made me into a John. I'm like, no, I just want to be a Marv. Right? They just threw the title on me. And I was looking at something, I was like, yo, this ego thing is very high. The other thing I want to say about the Simone Biles thing is where the fans jumped in and said that she should divorce him. Too wild.
Yeah.
Too wild.
That's just crazy.
Y'all just
crazy.
This woman is married to this man.
Right.
Not y'all.
Right.
So who the hell are you to tell somebody to divorce who and who?
And y'all didn't even ask her opinion. Maybe if y'all asked her opinion, she might have said, yeah.
He's a joker like that. He's a comedian like that.
And
that's
guess what?
Just how Johnathan is.
He's my catch.
Double entendre. He's a football player. They catch me. Okay. I'm not mad at the Johns, man.
Nah.
I don't know. A lot of women really did have a problem. A friend of mine and stuff, she's like, who the hell's this guy? I don't understand. That's what's wrong. These men are sassy. Well, masculine women create sassy men.
Mm-hmm.
But you can change my mind. Because a lot of people are like, oh, nobody gives you the power to do what you, to change you and everything.
Yeah.
Like hell.
Yeah.
Like hell. If you're a guy that was just always like, I want to say to or fro running these streets, not even like in a bad way, but you're just up and down, in and out the streets, in and out the house. You have a woman now and everything.
Right.
She's going to expect you to change and be more like, more homeward bound or more type of ways and stuff like. You're not fitting the mold of a husband per se and everything. That means you have to change for this woman.
You got to change for this woman. Not only that, just think about all the other stuff that comes with it. She want to change your appearance too.
A woman bought me this shirt.
You look good. You look good in burgundy.
Thank you. A woman did buy me this shirt. So I just look at it as where people change people.
Yeah.
They say iron sharpens iron. I mean, I feel like people change people.
Yeah.
Regardless, right? I just look at it stuff as where the men are getting sassier per se, because the women are getting more masculine. I feel like if it was dialing back to some degree from both sides, we'd probably be in previous times.
Right.
Right? I don't know if things will ever go back to the way they once were, but I feel like because we have the knowledge of how it was and we see that where the direction is going, maybe we realize the direction we're going might not be the route for us.
Right. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That's it. Question for you. With OpenAI on the rise and ChatGPT being used and stuff in schools and everything like that, how do we know the students have learned anything within the course of this year?
I don't think they're, and this is a trend that I see. I don't think we're gonna have school the same way as it was when we were growing up.
Okay, talk about it.
I don't think the focus is on you needing to know. more than you needing to know how to get the information.
I feel like needing to know is more important to me. I'm coming from a healthcare perspective because if there's a code, I don't think we have time for you to look up whatever the fuck to save this person.
Right.
We need you to know how to save this person.
Right.
Because in a code, like you might be in a life or death situation and stuff where the person might, I don't know, airways might be blocked and you might only have 5 minutes, but the video you're going to watch on YouTube to learn the lesson and stuff would be 17 minutes long.
Right. But but that's what I'm saying. When I look at it,
Mhm.
if you're out on the field, I think you're going to have somebody who's also out there with either wearable AI tech or it's like one of those little robot dogs that is there that can look at because all these things now, everything is all tied in, right?
Okay.
So they can see and analyze shit and process it probably way more quicker than a human can. So even by the time you even say,
what app does that?
Sorry?
What app does that? Because you're talking about technology moving forward.
Right.
That's what it sounds like.
Right.
You sound like a futurist.
But this is what I'm saying.
We're at 2024 right now. If somebody was to drop down from a heart attack or something like that right now,
right.
What do we do to troubleshoot that?
But
there's no robot dogs.
But this is what I'm saying. This is why I say I see the future of education changing.
Right.
Right. They're preparing you for what's coming up.
Right. But in this previous year, what have the students learned? Because ChatGPT been popping off since last year.
In this previous year, they've learned how to use ChatGPT.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Right. They've learned how to write prompts, how to write proper prompts, because that's where the catch is right now. Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you can get it's gonna spit you out the answers, but
you need to make sure the wording is
so you got to make sure you know how to write the proper prompts to get exact information that you need.
Because I think most people were spoiled with Google, right? But like Google and like it's kind of like how to make, and then Google will kind of fill in with the autofill stuff, right?
Right.
So they were kind of more lax like that. Like when I seen ChatGPT and stuff for the first time, I was trying to treat it like Google, not knowing the stuff that verbiage and wording needs to be concise to get it to the degree where you want this thing to go.
Right.
Like if you want a David Bowie and a Super Mario mashup, you need to be precise and concise with your wording that you're using and stuff. Like mashup meaning what? Because I saw an image, it was like a David Bowie and Mario jumping in a bowl of mashed potatoes. Then I saw a half David Bowie, half Mario type of thing. Remember, the Mario movie came out this year and it was a big thing, whatever, right? And I was looking at it, I was like, I just put Mario looking like a badass biker. You got 7 images.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this fits it. So the verbiage and the wording has to be concise.
It has to be concise. And it's funny enough when you speak about it, I remember working on one of the thumbnails for one of the episodes. Okay. And I think I'm not sure if the episode was called Brick House, but we were talking about women who are well built, right? So I was like, yo, show me like a woman with like a brick house built. And I got all the images I got were like women made out of bricks. And I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. And then I realized, no.
Concise.
You have to be real
concise
with these things. But yeah, it's now we're going to get to that point where it's going to look at stuff, analyze the situation, and before you even ask it, it might even tell you, oh, doctor, it's so-and-so's bleeding from here. They got the laceration here. I suggest. And then now with your training as a doctor, you're going to say verify if that information is correct or not. Because we're still going to have to go through that phase, right? Where they're going to spit out that information, but you still as a human are probably going to have to make that determination if that's the right information you're getting.
I don't doubt that. Like I said, like I feel like once Skynet is here and stuff like that officially, I don't doubt these things and stuff will happen, but we're still in that phase before Skynet, right? So I look at it as the same thing you were saying about with the dogs and the AIDS and all that type of stuff. They're complaining. I didn't even say they're complaining, but they're making noise for even cops with body cams.
Right.
Right? And even if you're in the first aid response thing and stuff, maybe a body cam might work. Because in any case, you're going into like, you're a paramedic. They call you into some scene or something like that, whatever. You go in there and stuff. These body cams that might assess, like, you feed it the information like, okay, person's on blood pressure medication, they passed out in front of the dinner table and blah, 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 and all this. And then the camera's catching all of this.
Bro,
yeah, but we're not there yet.
When you explain it like that, that's a really good idea. But again, you're right. The information still has to come real time.
Right.
And I think when you mention that, I think about all the new institution with some major sports games where they have the referee makes the call on the ground,
Mhm.
but the footage is sent to some like replay center where now you have a panel of other people.
It's not in that arena.
It's not in the arena.
Okay.
It actually goes to like they have like a replay center where there's people now sitting down. I guess they're the extra eyes instead of refs that know the rules of the game, and they're looking at it from, I guess, different perspectives and different angles, what the ref may have not be able to see on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then now the refs now, so that's why you have like a lot of delays now with certain games, because the refs now waiting for that feedback to come back and say, okay, yeah, your call was right, or no, your call was wrong. We have a better angle to see what's happening. We're going to overrule your call, right? But again, that's not real time. So in a situation where it's a life and death,
yeah,
if you have that body cam on and that thing's instantaneous to like help you, then yeah, then you would reach at that point where it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Like I always looked at stuff as where there would be great things that would pop off with, especially with what's that thing called? The Google glasses.
Right.
Because the Google glasses and stuff, you're connected to the net, right?
Right.
Because I guess when you're wearing it, this is like basically you can see through everything, and this one and stuff is your Skynet.
Right.
Right. So I look at it stuff as where if you can talk to it, let's say, I don't know, let's say even keep it something minor, like my dog is on the ground panting and stuff hysterically, and I don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
I tap the side of the lens and stuff, and then it's like, and then give me like certain issues of the dogs and stuff, or might connect it to WebMD for pets or Pet WebMD. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I look at it stuff as where, again, we still aren't there yet, but we're in this period of time where now, in any case, let's say by the time they perfect these things,
yeah,
these kids have probably went through high school, college, university before the time they perfected it. So meaning they didn't need to know shit. They just needed to activate and research some shit or find some shit. Now you're putting them into the field to do the work.
Right.
I would hope some retain the information.
You would hope.
And if not, then yeah, because I wouldn't want nobody and stuff who never really dealt with. I kind of want experience.
Yeah.
I kind of want a person and stuff with experience and everything. And I don't really care too much. I would hope they're educated and stuff to know for a fact, but it's the more the know-how for me.
So going forward, then you think we're gonna have to put more emphasis on learning just the practical and not just the theory. The practical being at you actually are hands on doing this.
Confirm. I'm always a firm believer in like, I guess, internships and schooling and stuff on those regards, because you're giving them this is what happens on a scenario or a possibility, or this is what happens on a day-to-day.
Right.
So you get the know-how. You got the theory. We've given you the theory and stuff. So in theory, everything sounds pretty on paper.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to improvise.
And then this is where I was gonna say wrong word. Human judgment comes into play. Because I look at it stuff as where I think the funniest thing for me when it comes to AI is that I don't think it has a sense of empathy yet.
No, it's just all logic.
And even the AI shit that you see or images and stuff, whatever, I don't know if they've perfected fingers yet. You ever seen, like, if you take a look at some AI images, they're all like they're like four-handed figures and stuff like that, whatever. And I was looking like, this is where I know, like, I saw some badass chick one day. I was like, oh, she looked good. I'm like, and I couldn't see her hand.
You couldn't see her hand.
And I was like, this might be an AI image or stuff like that. Whatever. So like, I'm like, somebody's like, oh, just go in more on her profile, because they send it in a group chat.
Right.
So when they send it in a group chat and stuff, whatever, like, damn, she bad. I was like, she is. I'm like, she AI? It was like, you gone too far, more. And then they start looking and stuff. They're like, hold up. Then they went on her profile, and I explained to them about the whole fingers thing. They're looking like, yo, why you can't see this chick's hand? She's doing poses with her hand behind her back like this,
right,
and everything like that. A purse.
Yeah.
I was like, no me gusta.
Mm.
I don't like this.
Mhm.
So when they perfect some of these other things, yeah, the world's gonna be in a different state than what it is and stuff now. Fuck, Chat GPT was nowhere on the parameters for like 2000 before the pandemic.
Yeah.
It was, if you knew, you knew.
Yeah.
2021 got more of a little shine. 2022, you had no choice but to start paying attention. Not saying you're not paying attention in 2023 or stuff, but I'm like, look at the growth.
Yeah.
Look at the growth.
They say over 40% of Fortune 500 companies use ChatGPT.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
You think about that, right? It's like, yeah, it's now a tool that is being depended on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wanted to ask you: should we teach the educators how to use guns in case of active shooters? The reason why I say that stuff is because, especially within the course of this year,
Yeah.
they were so heavy to push TikTok, to ban TikTok,
Right,
from everywhere within the North American side.
Yeah.
But they didn't do whatever it took, or I don't think I've heard any changes pertaining to gun laws.
Nah.
We still had school shootings and stuff. I think there was probably like maybe 100 and something school shootings within this year, just in America. And I think the Nashville one, like last year was Uvalde, and this year was the one in Nashville with the elementary. So I'm looking like these school shootings are going lower and lower.
But I mean, even if we look at the time where they first even mentioned the thought of looking at gun laws, enacting gun laws from like the first shooting, like the first major shooting that we would consider major, the Sandy Hook.
I consider Columbine more.
Okay,
because Columbine.
So let's go back to Columbine. Go back to Columbine, right?
Okay.
Columbine.
No, go with
yes.
your Sandy Hook
No,
thing.
I was with Columbine, yes, but I think with Sandy, when Sandy Hook happened, that was when everybody was like, okay, no, we really need to look at
because the kids were younger,
yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. Like the Uvalde, the kids were elementary kids,
right?
With this Nashville thing, the kids were elementary kids.
So the talking about then, TikTok was nowhere even near the radar, right?
Right.
And they were talking about gun laws from that. So we're talking from then to now. And you're right. The whole TikTok thing comes in. All of a sudden, we got to ban TikTok because it's a bad influence.
Do whatever it takes. Yeah, on kids.
Yeah.
And all that type of stuff. It's just another platform like we saw these other platforms. It just had a high growth and it wasn't engineered or made on this side of the world.
Right.
That's why it was a problem.
Right.
And I just felt like you're not banning TikTok, but you're not making any kind of strides and stuff pertaining to gun laws or guns in general. But then you want to have these teachers learn how to shoot guns and protect the students from active shooter situations.
Yeah.
If I'm a teacher, I went to school to educate, to motivate, and all this type of stuff, whatever. I didn't want to be part of like the Army or Call of Duty. These kids are trained on Call of Duty 24/7, Fortnite, all the above. They probably have, in Call of Duty, there's a move they call a drop step, or my old ass will call it a drop step and stuff for my people. I know what the new kids might call it, but it's just basically like, if you knew somebody's coming around that corner, just hit the deck, just go prone and just shoot up.
Yeah.
And then you just end up like, if you're going deck, you're just spraying them on the way down.
Yeah.
You have these teachers now, go check in the hallway. We heard gunshots pop off. Go see what it is. This active shooter sees the door and stuff, go open and stuff, whatever. They're not going to drop step the damn door?
Mm-hmm.
So what now? The teacher is now supposed to be super saver? Like, because in Uvalde, I hope they didn't expect the teachers to be, because you've seen a cop shot the bed on that one.
But I don't get the logic. Like, why would you not just say to yourself, okay, you know what? We're going to invest in, let's say, more security and institute a school policy where you have to have at least 4 security guards on a premises, right? Because we're training these teachers But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna feel safer with a security guard with that knowledge than a teacher with that knowledge.
My high school had, I want to say maybe about 6 security guards.
6 security guards.
6 security guards. And we still had a gun situation and stuff like that
Right.
at my school. So I think even before they closed down my high school, they had a metal detector thing popping off and stuff in there.
Right.
Right? Because of the set situation with the whole gun thing that popped off.
Right.
So I look at it as stuff as where I don't think like, you know, I hear you with the security thing, but I don't think that would make the move. I feel like you need somebody to pop back. I feel like really and truly, you need an officer.
Okay.
You need an officer at the schools.
Okay, let me ask you: with the 6 security guards that you had at your school,
Okay.
were they armed?
No.
Okay, so then maybe that's what I mean. Like, as opposed to you training these teachers how to use firearms, maybe you better arm the security
have armed
guards.
security.
Yeah,
that would be cheaper than police officers.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be a better route and stuff. But I feel like just with the brainstorming, like I
Right.
feel like that would be a better flex and stuff. Whatever, not even flex, but just a better move because due to the fact that you're not allocating quote unquote police dollars to the schools, and depending on high schools, middle schools, elementaries, and stuff in general, where you have to designate a cop, just have the the security people there who are trained and let them go through this and stuff. And if they
Yeah.
get like lively enough, they might even become police officers or make a move to transition or something like that
Right.
too. But yeah, we
yeah, because you could train a teacher all you want. In that situation, you still don't know what's gonna happen. That teacher might freeze. That teacher might forget everything that they learned. Because let's face it, they're not built for that. They weren't ever looking to be, like you said, a police officer or a soldier. No, they were there to educate kids.
Thanks. Okay. What did you learn from 2023?
What did I learn from 2023? Time waits for no man, and shit just seems to keep going faster than I don't know if it's maybe you can explain it to me. Is it that we're older and that shit we do more stuff, that time just seems to just move more quicker? Because I feel like the year just started and we're at the end of the year already.
I don't know. My take on it would be time flies when you're having fun.
Time has went, but I'm not.
Are you not having fun?
I can't say the I've had more fun in 2023 than I had in 2022.
And which year do you feel that was?
I feel like this year felt faster to me.
So okay, and this is where I look at it stuff as where it's not even, you really have to analyze and look and stuff for that. And I say it like that, where let's take it to the minute format.
Right.
Do you feel like you had more great laughs in 2022 or you had more great laughs in 2023?
I would say 2022.
Why?
Because I did more things in 2022.
Okay.
Right?
Well, you probably didn't enjoy yourself doing some of those things. You probably enjoyed maybe a few of them things compared to like things you had to do, compared to like things and stuff where like you enjoy and like the time just flies by and stuff, right?
Right.
Like I look at it stuff as where this is where I'm saying you have to look at it to like the smallest way possible.
Right.
Like I look at it stuff as in 2022, I've lost my father.
Right.
My mom's been doing some health situations and stuff like that. Right.
Mhm.
And then there's other people and stuff around me where certain things wasn't just adding up or working out too well for them. I always try to make sure, like, shout out to Cat Williams, always try to get good 7 laughs and stuff within the day and stuff. But I found out that, like, I was looking at it stuff like there was more sadder times for me in 2022 than is in 2023.
Okay.
In 2023 and stuff, whatever, I want to say there's been more, I want to say, wins or satisfactory and fun times and things going and moving forward for me.
Right.
To look into stuff and be like, holy shit, the year is over.
Right.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, and did I enjoy myself on this journey like throughout this course of this year?
Mhm.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy myself last year stuff, but it's kind of like I had to take time to stop and reallocate
Right.
because of certain situations that took
Right.
place and stuff in my world.
Right.
So I look at it stuff as where I'm like, I can see time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you're enjoying yourself and stuff, and you're like, what? But when you're not enjoying yourself, you steady watching the clock. Like some people always say, like, oh, this 1 year was that year was so long. Yeah, because you were steady watching the clock. It means you weren't enjoying yourself.
Right. Right.
So that's why I look at like, that's why I asked you, like the laughs, the jokes, the fun times and everything and stuff. Like, and in a sense, it doesn't have to be a travel.
No.
But hear me out. What I'm saying,
Yet.
the reason why I say it like that is because some people might look like, I enjoy myself when I'm traveling.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, how many times do you travel a year? Because if your answer, if you travel like once or twice a year, that means you only enjoy yourself once or twice a year.
Right.
But there's 365. There's like, okay, how long are you gone for? A week each time? There's 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
So 50 weeks of the year, you're not enjoying yourself.
That's bad.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, we need to change our lens on how we look about certain type of things.
Yeah.
From what the knowledge that we've acquired. It's so funny and stuff. I want to say, you and I, we spoke. You can't raise your kids with the same times you were raised in.
Right.
So now, with that being said, we have to adapt to new times and new circumstances and to new situations.
Yes.
AI wasn't here.
Yes.
AI's probably cut so much work out of so many people's lives and stuff now, whatever. They have more time to go do them.
Right.
Rather be go kicking it with their peoples because they got more, they're not fully in front of the computer doing work, like you said. It's in Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
Most Fortune 500 companies have over 500 employees.
Mm-hmm.
So think about all those people that might have been like, oh, thank God for AI. Not saying I'm on Skynet yet, but they might be like, thank God for AI that I don't have to do so much work.
Right.
I can go enjoy my kids.
Yeah.
I can go enjoy my spouse. I can go enjoy my friends, my family, So some of these new advances has come in to kind of create more time. Remember, I told you, some people came from like yourself. The great, and to me, I call it the great walkout. But they call it the great resignation because I feel like a lot of people was just like, man, I don't work for nobody no more. Fuck this pandemic and fuck this shit and fuck the government and fuck the employee. Boss, if you're not running your shit properly, get your ass a job.
Yeah.
Attach yourself somewhere.
Yeah.
And let's see. I think the thing is stuff is that people want to be valued.
I can agree to that.
People want to be valued and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm Simone Biles' prize. Like, people really want to be valued.
Right.
So I look at it stuff as where, if we're in this point where we're going to start like being like putting value on people and stuff and saying like, yo, like you work for me. I'm glad you feel this type of way and everything like that. I shouldn't take your words empty.
No.
And just be like, your feelings have been received, not your average. We will look into it and we'll get back to yeah.
See you tomorrow.
And that's what people felt like. So that's why the great resignation started to take place. They're looking like,
well, it's okay. So even when you put it that way, it's like, because even when you're saying the great resignation, I was like, yo, it was so easy for people to just walk away from stuff because they felt they needed to have no loyalty, right? Like back in the day, like people were loyal to a job, loyal to a company because they felt like, you know what? They're looking out for me.
Yeah, they felt valued.
They're looking out for me, right? So I can extend my all to this company. I can give my all to my company. But you're right. Over the years, that whole I'm less of a person and more of a number started coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. People just started feeling less value.
But I feel like
you don't need me.
We've been more on a rise and stuff of where customer service in most businesses have been going up. Except for, I want to say, any place with like robocalls.
Yeah.
Robocalls and email, not email, excuse the language, the more online chat.
Okay, yeah.
Email-ish.
Yeah.
But online chat type of stuff, I don't feel like your customer service has went up if you're using those type of things within your company.
Right.
Now, I feel like, again, I remember Amazon, for even Prime people, well, their thing was to be like 1 to 2 days. Prime, you can get shit like probably in the same damn day.
Yeah.
Non-Prime members, they probably getting like in 2 days. They'd be like, what was the purpose of getting Prime? It's just a day
If it's
differential.
just a day differential, yeah.
Right? So I look at it as where now you're the Amazon Prime worker and stuff, whatever. They got you driving around the fucking town for 12 hours. Your Amazon Prime van or truck might be busted. The heating system and stuff or the cooling system might be out there. So in the wintertime, you're freezing your Royal Rasta nays off.
Yeah.
In the summertime and stuff, whatever, you're in there losing
Sweating,
weight.
yeah,
You're losing weight.
Yeah, yeah.
Because those shits are like more metal than anything else and stuff, whatever. You're losing mad weight in this place. But you know for a fact, if your sister or your cousin orders some shit, whatever, from Amazon, they're getting their shit right away. You might be doing delivery, or one of your coworkers might be doing delivery, and you're looking like, boss, can you guys fix the AC unit, the heating system?
Right.
Can we get a little lunch support?
Something,
Like, can you throw us a bone? Can you give us a gift card?
Yeah. Throw us something.
You're not being valued.
Yeah.
So because people are not being valued, like a lot of things and stuff, whatever, they resentment is a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that with my chest. Like resentment, once resentment starts to sit in, whoo, that landscape gets different. No matter where it is, relationship, employment, friendship, wherever resentment starts to sit in, watch yourself.
Yeah.
So I look at it where all these people and this great resignation stuff, they had slight resentment prior.
Okay.
You come to this fold, whatever, same thing you're saying. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always scared because some of these fuck this shit, I'm out people, let's say if they do go back to a world where they're working class people again, right?
Right.
They know what the taste is and stuff, whatever, of, not being. Right?
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to move now? Because, circumstances and stuff like, remember the infamous game. You can go good or you can go bad from a circumstance.
Right.
From a situation.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what we're witnessing now.
I feel like a lot of people went bad, like colder, bitter.
The trend now is a lot of people are going and not even staying the day of what was it, 90 days probation? Not even saying that because it's just what you're saying. It's like I go in there, it's not for me.
This feels like my former place where they didn't value me.
Right.
I know this feeling. I'm out.
Yeah.
It was wild. I see it a lot. I think for me, what 2023 has taught me is that fear and confidence can be present at the same time.
Okay.
Like I look at it stuff as where, like, if you have a goal,
right,
confidence will make you look towards this goal. Fear will keep you grounded.
I see that.
Because I think you and I, we spoke maybe a little bit summer, fall-ish. I can't remember around one of those times we recorded an episode.
Yeah.
But I think we were talking about like anxiety. And anxiety helps, keep people kind of grounded and stuff. Anxiety is technically supposed to be a good thing.
Right.
Because it's like a response and stuff.
Yeah.
But most people turn it into more of a negative kind of thing.
Right.
Put a negative connotation on it. So I look at it stuff as where this fear, not the anxiety, but this fear will kind of keep you grounded. So let's say, for example, you want to push a company on, I don't know, lollipops. You want to start selling a different flavor of lollipops or adult alcoholic lollipops or something like that, right?
Right.
The confidence has been like, once you get to a few places, it'll be a matter of time for liquor stores pick it up and then boom, Bob's your uncle, you're a multimillionaire.
Right.
It's going to cost money. This is the fear side.
Right.
How much is the cost? How much would it take you to think, would you have the right connections?
Yeah.
And it's not really the fear like, oh my gosh, I can't do it, but it's just something to kind of keep you grounded.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the pandemic, that wasn't present for the fear aspect besides because I blame world governments for it because especially when it came to COVID.
Okay.
Instead of them coming out saying, we don't know what the fuck is going on. We're going to try and rule you guys and stuff with fear and curfews and certain things and stuff to kind of keep you intact because we don't know what the fuck is going on.
Right. Right.
And then other people are looking like, they're fear-mongering us. No, I'm not buying this. No, I will not get a jab. No, I would not do certain type of things. And now their confidence is now going through with zero fear.
Right.
because they've been lied to.
Right.
So like how they've been lied to and stuff, why would you trust anybody who's gonna lie to you?
Yeah. Well, and then the flip side of that is when something does come around, and what they're actually saying has some weight to it. Those same people who experienced it before is just gonna look at it and nah, this is another lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life lessons of 2023 from the Suns.
Right. Carried into 2024.
Let's get a question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. What job did you expect to have at the age of 30? Now, you were probably 18 years old, looking like you were going to be this. They put a smile on your face. You all right?
Yeah, because
Kool-Aid smile.
You know what the funny thing is?
Talk to me.
I always thought I was going to own a record shop.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, just like I always
How can I help you?
Yeah.
Type, and this is
you know what I mean? And record shop, and it's like that one got shot down like real quick. Because remember, from the last format was CDs. After they went to the MP3s, there was no reason to walk into a record shop.
True.
Right? So I was like,
and now we're in streaming world.
Now we're in streaming world, right? So I mean, and think of all the record shops that we knew from back in the day. They've either had to transition into selling other things, like I think like Sunrise, they went like sold T-shirts, posters, and all that stuff to keep stuff moving, or they just closed down.
So let me ask you this: do you feel that the DJs of today don't mess with, let's say, vinyls like that, or CDs and stuff? And the reason why I ask and stuff just like that is because I know the regular day Joe Schmo like myself, if I know I'm rolling with somebody, say like when you and I were going down to the soup kitchen and stuff, shout out to St. Francis Table, when we're doing that,
right?
When we're sliding stuff through, I just look for a playlist and stuff, whatever, and then that's it.
And then
that's it. And I feel like regular Joe Schmo, you go to your house, you put on a playlist, and that's it.
That's it.
When you go to a party now, I feel like this is where you might need a DJ to kind of get the feel of the room, be able to read the room and stuff and the vibe.
Right.
So I look at it stuff like, do you feel like these modern DJs and stuff, not the David Guettas, we know he's USB.
Right.
Because, you know, he lost the USB, concerts couldn't go on and everything. Do you feel like they don't appreciate or use vinyl?
I think it's only the purists, right?
And enthusiasts, and the DJ enthusiasts.
And the DJ enthusiasts that will use vinyl, that will go out and buy a vinyl copy. Funny that you mentioned it, because I was talking to my brother in the UK, and he said this year in the UK, vinyl had made a resurgence. And
nice.
Yeah, I can't remember how much millions of copies of vinyl records actually sold, but this was like an uptick from like the past, like let's say 5 years of it just coming down. And I think and still, to me, it's more of a nostalgic thing. Like somebody who wants to play like on a phonograph at home. Because I still don't look at it from the DJ's perspective, right?
Gotcha.
About, mind you, last week they had a vinyl party somewhere downtown Toronto, where it's just all the DJs, all they played was vinyl.
But that would be considered like a purist then,
that would
right?
be considered still a purist.
The
right?
fact that
and a niche thing, right? Well, it's that one event.
Well, I look at this stuff as not only just a niche thing, but I feel like if I'm to host this vinyl party,
right,
I would feel like, let's say, okay, you host a vinyl party,
right,
and I'm a DJ that plays for like MP3s and everything like that. I'd been like, "Fuck you mean that?" It's like you try to stunt. You try to
it's a real stunt, because that means you can't play at my party.
Clearly, we know who's the purists on the Podical Sons. I believe in equality.
You can't play at my party.
I believe in equality, sir.
But just think about it. Like if you're a DJ, and I remember one time I went to New York. Shout out to Super DJ Peter Parker. One time I went to go see him at the radio station, when he was playing at the radio station. That night, he was playing at this club, right? So from the radio station, right? He had like 2 crates of records. So we're talking, he played at WBLS at the time. WBLS is at the 32nd floor on a building downtown. So we got to travel with the elevator. Thank God for elevators. The elevators from the 31st floor coming all the way down. Now, once you get to the ground floor, there is no more elevators. So now you got to slug these cases to whatever vehicle that you're in, right? Get home. Now, remember the playlist, what you're talking about, right?
Mhm.
The playlist, you can scroll through your phone for different type of playlists. You might have already different type of playlists set, right? As a DJ, when you get home, because you remember you're not trying to carry everything, now you got to pick and choose what records you're going to put in this crate.
Gotcha.
Right? So now you say, okay, I got my set in these crates. Now you're lugging these crates to the venue, right? While you're at the venue, if one of these records so happen to break, you're shit out of luck. You can't play that record for that night, right?
Mhm.
So now just the sheer convenience alone from just having everything on an MP3, I'm sorry, you're not going back to that.
I feel like, is it Chubb Rock that does like digging in the crates?
Yeah.
Cap. They're not digging in no damn
He ain't
crate.
digging in nothing.
Cap,
He ain't
cut
digging
the
in
cap.
nothing.
Cut the cap.
He ain't digging in nothing.
And that's what I'm saying. I look at it as stuff as where, yeah, you purist people would probably claim like this is that, but you guys are still dabbling in art and like I don't know, R world, like I'm a DJ or some shit. I know,
No, but you with your phone in your playlist, you are your own DJ.
Well,
you are.
I don't like to stunt, but you know, I press play, you know. But I mean, this is where like the world and stuff are kind of divided, and I hear what you're talking about pertaining to like the vinyl aspect.
Yeah.
I feel like it really is an enthusiast type of thing because it's not needed, but you're doing it, I guess, to flex and stunt and just say that because
right.
If I listen to whatever song, let's say it's a digitally remastered Michael Jackson song, right?
Right.
You have the classic record of, like, say Thriller. We'll say Thriller. You had the classic original Thriller. I have the digitally remastered one where they probably done pinged out some more sounds. And my headphones I'm using some Beats by Dre 7.1 surround sound.
Yeah.
You think your quality is better than mine?
And see, and this is where we're at right now. And that's why it took so long for vinyl to get phased out, because when the digital era was coming in,
mm-hmm.
It wasn't enough. There wasn't enough memory
mm-hmm.
small enough for you to capture everything, to capture the whole nuance of that recording. So digital, when it first came out, everything sounded harsh. It didn't have that warm feeling, and that's why everybody still loved analog, because you put that record in the groove, you're getting that analog warmth. Everything that came with just that analog vibe.
Yeah.
But as the computers got more powerful, the storage became more, and these, programmers figured out, no, all that little nuances and all that feel of that vinyl, I can digitally recreate that. So you're not missing a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're at that point. And again, just like how you're saying, no, we're at that point now where we can surpass that. We can remaster this, have, those horns that were up in front, maybe they were better in the back. So now we can move them to the back and we can make everything more sonically pleasing. Why would you go back to vinyl?
True. I think for me, the job I probably expected to have younger, keep it a buck, was it was law. I thought, because everybody told me I talk too much. Shout out to the podcast. So I always wanted to be a lawyer at a good duration of time. But I think the older I got and realized and stuff, I want to say, even like in school, in college and stuff, I had friends who went to go study law.
Okay.
And I would always inquire like part-time, because one presumptuous asshole of a friend that I have, he jumps up and says like, I'll change careers every 10 years. I'm like, bitch, first and foremost, who's funding this dream of yours? Because I'm looking like, right? I was looking like, yo, I want in on that family and stuff for them to say like, yeah, on to the next and stuff for them. Like, you're a full-time adult working some jobs. So I'm like, whatever is clever. But what when we were talking about this whole law thing, he's like, yeah, I always seen you being a lawyer and stuff, objection and all the above. But as a lawyer, your main concern, like depending if you're defending a criminal case, your main concern is your client's getting off, right?
Right.
Fuck if your client did it or not.
Right.
And I think
that's where your
my moral
more
compass
issue,
came
right.
up. I'm like, yeah, this saying it. So even like when I was done, like finishing school in my sector and stuff, I even looked at it. So it was like, maybe because I think it was I was dating somebody at the time, who was going into law school, and I was helping her with some of her school stuff.
Right.
Like, shit, can you help me study? But most of the shit that she was studying for, I've already learned within life.
Okay.
So I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, now fine tune like Roe versus Wade and all the type of extra stuff. No, that's what take the time to actually, either law clerk or lawyers and stuff or judges to get to that level. I was like, nah. So at 18, I thought by the time I was 30 and stuff, whatever, I'd probably have like, everybody working for me at my firm, my name on the wall and shit like that. And then like at 25, I was like, yeah, no. Remix!
No.
And here I am.
Let me ask you this,
Sure.
because I've always considered you like a creative person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at one point you were really big on in like drawing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you've thought of that as a career path. What made you move away from that?
I like consistent money.
Okay.
So I do like consistent money. So I feel like even any case, like if it's not consistently flowing,
right,
I want to say it probably might have me kind of scared or worried to an extent. So I feel like
this is where that the fear and anxiety came in.
Mm-hmm,
right.
But the fear and the confidence. I know, like if I put my mind to it, whatever, I'm nice with it.
Right.
Like I remember why I start believing more in my art skills when I got accepted to the school called Dash, Design Architectural Senior High.
Okay.
This is in Miami.
Okay.
Right? And you have to do stills, live portraits, and all that type of stuff. And I made it there, and I didn't feel like if you made it there, you're just extra nice with it. But I just look like, even if I have a nostalgic moment and say like, I want to draw something, and I sit down and focus onto it, whatever, it still comes out to my satisfactory.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm more in the state of mind now, like most creatives, they're in this place where they're looking for perfection.
Right.
So it's kind of like, they'll consider it okay if 10 people fuck with it. Me, I consider it okay if only I fuck with it.
Right.
That's the difference and stuff. But the not consistent money, like, I remember I dated a girl.
Yeah.
She was I hope everything took off for her and stuff like that. But she was in choreography.
Okay.
Like she was doing the dance thing and stuff like that, heavy.
Yeah.
Because like when I came here, the Get Busy's, the Sean Paul, Lil X, he paved the way for a lot of choreographers and everything and stuff. And with his videos and everything.
Yeah.
Like that. So when I met this woman, when I met this woman at the time and stuff like that, like her thing and stuff is like, yo, she's been in a few music videos. And if any case, then she probably just run a choreography dance type of studio or something like that, right? But she wasn't getting constant work.
Right.
So I was looking at stuff, I'm like, yeah, the constant work thing. And it's not even like no shade to her, but I looked at it stuff as like, me and my hippie art dream and you and your choreography, we're gonna be eating cereal for dinner. Like, yo.
Yeah.
And then, so I looked at it as like, yeah, like,
because when you look at it, right, like, okay, like an artist can apply to many things. Like even her being a choreographer, she's a dance artist, right? So an artist can apply to many things. You've never heard the term starving in front of anything else but artists.
That's so true. That's so true. I feel like that guy in The Simpsons. Stupid. Why did I think of that? It's true.
It's true.
It's always starving artists.
Starving
artists. There's a few banging restaurants called Starving Artists.
Okay.
Where they sell local people's artwork.
Yeah.
In the restaurant. And they have like, so let's say they'll have a picture frame up.
Yeah.
Corner will be a price tag for you to buy the art. And the money will go, I think a portion will go to the place.
Right.
Starving artist. And a portion will go to the artist. But picture if you flooded every location on your artwork and then I buy only
And
just your
you're
shit.
right, yeah.
That's what it was. Let's get to the Axe of Sons and slide out. Are you ready?
Sons.
First Axe of Sons comes from Double O Kang. What is the weirdest thing you heard while pretending to be asleep?
Weirdest thing I've heard while pretending to be asleep.
I heard a lot of things.
For real?
Yeah,
Okay,
you didn't hear a
you
lot?
better start first. I'm gonna think about this.
Yeah, there was one where I heard a legit like couple argue. I was on a bus
Mhm.
and they were on the bus together, and I heard them argue about from like pregnancies to STDs and everything like that, whatever. To like, she's like, "You put my business out there and stuff, whatever," right? She's like, "That guy right there can see, so I'm that guy, right?" So you know, I was up my hat. I was up my hat low, right?
Yeah,
So since I
yeah.
rock my hat low like this, I'm on the bus and shit. And then like the guy's like, he's probably even asleep. Yo. He gave her an STD. He got this other chick pregnant. He's like, it wasn't a serious STD because he got cured and she got cured. What's her issue?
I was gonna say
Yo.
the wildest thing I heard is really bad snoring. But Mario fake snoring.
I'm fake sleeping.
And getting the tea on
I'm
everything.
getting the tea. I'm getting the tea from the ice to the hot. I was there. I was like, hey, yo.
That's hilarious.
Shit, even one time and stuff at work. I think one time at work, there was this little ninja cut spot, whatever, right?
Right.
They fenced this thing off. I'm not gonna mention my place of employment until I'm done with that place.
Yeah.
But they fenced this thing off, and before it was open season, so there was a chair there, and most people used to go there and like sneak.
Okay.
Actually, some people and stuff keep it a buck. They used to go over there and fuck.
Okay.
Whatever, right? Because you saw condom wrappers and everything and stuff in this vicinity. So
you
want to wipe off the chairs
before
if you want to sit
before you even took a nap.
You know, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in the cut spot, whatever. Like I want to say to get to the cut spot, the way how like the best place to kind of sleep.
Yeah.
Your feet, well, your body parts will be seen if you stretch out to sleep.
Okay.
My foot's being stretched out to see and stuff like that, whatever. And they looked at like, oh, there's someone in there. Oh. But I think I hear snoring.
So I
was like,
sleep.
I'm in this bitch now. I'm on my phone. This time it was like way back when. I think I had a BlackBerry.
Right.
So I'm in my BlackBerry scrolling like they think he sleeps. I just put the phone to my chest and just fake like I was saying.
You got the fake sleep down pack.
Yeah, damn
you
right
got
I
the
do.
fake sleep down pack.
So I fake sleep, and then that's when I heard like we weren't supposed to sleep together and everything like that. You're making this into a big deal. Let's just say the guy in that equation,
Right.
he was in his feels that the woman wasn't feeling him.
Wow.
She's like, I understand. Like, yo, let's relax. She's like, you got sex. Guys want sex.
What more do you want?
He's like, but I want you. Leave your husband. And I was like, oh shit. Fake sleep always rocks. Go ahead. Snore? That's it?
Snore. That's it, man. I live a boring
You're
life.
sleeping in the wrong places.
I am sleeping in the wrong places.
Maybe the reason why
Apparently.
2023 moved so fast because I was having too much fun for both of us. Because shit. I'm going to tell you this. I fake sleep a few times this year. I heard some shit too. I fake sleep time. A lot of times I hear some wild shit.
I'm dying.
I was like, you know what? Yo.
Next time I'm in a room, I'm about to start a conversation. I'm going to kick you in your foot to make sure you're asleep.
Check. Yeah, check. Check. If you see my eyes like kind of reddish,
right?
It's official.
It's official.
If not, whatever. And he's like,
we're gonna have to take this conversation somewhere else.
Yeah, damn right. Maybe you should. Maybe you should be lowering your damn voice.
Oh my gosh.
Next question comes from LemonSprinkles. What's the greatest opening line to a song? I want to hear yours first. Because I always have true and true. And everybody, I think because I'm a Jay-Z fan, they always want to put that, allow me to introduce myself.
Yeah.
That ain't it for me. That ain't it.
Funny how time flies when you're making love.
What song is that?
Oh, I can't remember the name of the group. Funny how time flies when you're making love.
It's not the greatest, so you can't remember the group, that?
It goes on and on and on. It just...
Never.
No? Must Shazam it. But that opening line always stood out to me.
Mine's is, oh my gosh. Becky, look at her
her
butt. And I can tell you who made that. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Song, Baby Got Back. Because when I heard that, I was like, yo, I've always thought from since then, you know, shout out to the Stallion bunnies that got people like Johnathan Majors, like, you know, bunny hopping out here and everything like that, whatever. But like, I just didn't think the bunnies had back.
They had back?
The bunnies now, they interact with the blacks and they got back.
They got back. Baby got back.
Yeah. So
my favorite Sir Mix-a-Lot song was Put 'em on the Glass.
Oh, the titties on the glass track?
Put 'em on the glass. I was like,
that guy.
He was wild.
That guy. God bless the FCC wasn't awake when he was doing this thing. I think they tapped out. They used more energy on NWA, Luke. And like Twisted Sister and all of them.
Yeah.
And then like, you know what? Fuck it. If he comes up next, I like big butts. I like, hey yo. My mother even was questioning me like, yo, what are you listening to? Nothing.
I think his video was one of the first ones I seen. Was it BT After Dark? Where they showed everything?
Yeah, BT After Dark? I know that BT Uncut.
It was one of them after dark, and they played the Put 'em on the Glass video. It's like, they allowed to show titties and music.
How old is that Put 'em on the Glass track? Way after Baby Got Back. Wasn't it?
On the glass. No, it might have been before.
Oh.
It might have been before.
Okay. We are down to the last question for the year. All right, you're ready.
I'm ready.
Podical signs with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.